and with a wagging tail. Through the eyes and paws of his senior dog, Snoop, he's found lessons about patience, joy, and the art of truly being present. Today, he'll share those insights in a talk titled, What Would Snoop Say? Lessons from your senior dog that somehow say everything about being a human. Please welcome Omar Garcia.
I've gotten some amazing advice from podcasts, mentors, mentees, friends, family, and even strangers. I've also gotten some really bad advice. But you know what? You want to know something? Reality is, most of the best advice came from a dog. My dog, Snoop. He never really said much. He's only 10 and a half pounds, tiny but mighty. But he's been with me through it all. College chaos, heartbreak, career climbs, and countless couch naps. This little being, without saying a word, has taught me some of the most important lessons I needed to know about being human. Today, I want to share with you what I've learned through our journey, through 3 stages of life, and what Snoop had to say during each one. Act 1, the puppy years. Be bold. I got Snoop right after I graduated college in 2014 from the University of South Florida. No full-time job yet, just a dream of grad school, a pile of student debt, and this tiny clueless pup. We lived in my old college apartment, and then in a house with my brother and fraternity brother, and that house, frozen pizza, busted couches, loud video games, and Snoop, the real MVP, cuddling with everybody, barking at the doorbell, and somehow becoming an emotional support dog without the paperwork. He was also a magnet for the ladies. I could barely walk him without hearing, "What's his name?" And I'd be like, "Are you talking about him or me?" But what really stuck with me was this. He gave me confidence when I didn't know who I was becoming. Comfort when everything felt unstable. Then grad school started, also at USF. I was living in South Tampa. My first graduate assistantship was in Sarasota, an hour and a half south with no traffic. And my classes were back up in North Tampa. And after my first year, I was tired. I switched assistantships to St. Petersburg, which was west across the bay. 35 minutes if you were lucky, 50 if you weren't. So 3 times a week, my grind looked like this. Leave the house at 6 a.m., drive down to Sarasota or St. Petersburg, head back north for class from 4 to 8, squeeze in some homework, and then wake up and do it all again. And in the middle of that grind, the very first week of grad school, I got one of the hardest calls of my life. One of my best friends, Paul, was gone. Through all of it, Snoop was there. His little presence reminded me, don't overthink everything. Just start. Try the thing. Move forward, even if it's messy. Act 2, the mid-years. Be present. After grad school, life came at me fast. I landed my first full-time role, and right after that, I got my heart broken by the woman I thought I'd build a future with. So I bounced around, parents, friends, and then with my 2 brothers. Living with 2 brothers, it was part fight night, part sitcom, and part, yo bro, who the F ate my leftovers? Snoop was there though, curling up with all of us, reminding me that love didn't always need words. Eventually my brother got engaged. We added a German Shepherd named Mowgli to the crew, and Snoop instantly became the elder statesman. Stern but fair, he would shut Mowgli down with one look like, "Don't test me, rookie." Life felt good, but then COVID hit. Stress piled on. Growth felt stuck. Took me 3 years to truly reset from that breakup. But when I finally did, I found someone new. We were excited, we dreamt big, and we had a lot of fun. With that adventure came both commitment and joy. And professionally, that's when Miami came calling. So like LeBron James, I took my talents down to South Beach. I moved there to run the Wolf University Center, a hub for student life services, but also a full conference center for both small and large events. Running the building was the reason I packed up and went to Miami. Of course, life got even busier. My girlfriend and I moved in together. We got a cat and a puppy. The cat ran straight out the door one day and disappeared for 3 months. And then one day he just strolled back like, what up? Did I miss something? And Snoop, he wasn't impressed. He liked being the center of attention. So through all of that chaos, new city, new pets, new love, big job, Snoop stayed steady. And that era taught me you don't always have to fix the mess. Sometimes just being present is enough. Act 3, the senior era, be kind. A week and a half before Thanksgiving 2022, I was let go from my job. Our lease was ending in January, so we packed up, me, my girlfriend, Snoop, our dog Sage, and our cat Blue, and we drove across the country to LA. 5 days, 4 stops, 1 fender bender. Not exactly the cross-country road trip that I imagined, but we made it. Job hunting was rough. I interviewed at major universities across the state of Texas and California. And then, by March 2023, I landed in San Jose as an events and programs manager for San Jose State University. Within 6 months, I became interim director of the event center. 1 year later, I was named director. Snoop adjusted through every move, new couches, new cities, same loyalty. By 2025, though, life shifted again. My relationship ended. We canceled a Euro trip, the Euro trip. That would have been my first time in Europe. I said goodbye to Sage and Blue, and once again, it was just me and Snoop. But this time, I didn't feel like starting over. I felt like moving forward with clarity. Now he's older, he's a little slower, but still out here stealing hearts, the spotlight, on walks, while I trail behind him like his little security guard. And I feel like if he could talk now, I think he'd say, "You've made it through a lot, Omar. You're still here, and you never have to go through it alone." Snoop never needed words to teach me. He was just present. He was patient, and he had loyalty that never asked for much, except maybe a treat and half the bed for a 10.5-pound dog. So if you're taking anything from this talk, let it be this: be bold when the world is big, be present when it all falls apart, and be kind to yourself when you're starting over. Because storms all come, but if you got a friend, whether it's furry or not, you're already winning. And if you don't, you can borrow mine. Just don't let him con you out of your lunch. Thank you.
Thank you, Omar. All right, it's time for